Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Two of the state's largest healthcare systems want to come together and make one single company. Coming up, what the merger of Beaumont and Spectrum Health mean for the care and cost of hospitals.
Looks like yesterday, but feels even warmer. And once the humidity arrives tomorrow, we start tracking a potential for severe weather.
All right, Ben, we're going to begin, though, with breaking news that we've been waiting 15 long months to hear. The end at the light of the tunnel is now just 5 days away. Come Tuesday of next week, all COVID restrictions in the state of Michigan will be dropped. Glad you're with us for Local 4 News at 5. Today's announcement from the governor moves up the state's full reopening timetable by 10 days.
So that means on Tuesday, all capacity limits will be lifted and masks will no longer be required. Let's get to Rod Maloney live in Ann Arbor tonight. Rod, we've come a very long way from just 2 months ago when cases were spiking.
Well, exactly. And, you know, the governor's been hinting all week that she might do this. And today she finally gave us that definitive end to this long, dark pandemic. But in Lansing, the governor still is catching heat for the way she handled this. The governor held a news conference this morning, but wouldn't discuss ending the emergency orders early.
Information's coming soon, Rod.
Instead, she sent a press release this afternoon saying, quote, "Today is a day that we have all been looking forward to as we can safely get back to normal day-to-day activities and put this pandemic behind us. We owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to the medical experts and health professionals who stood on the front lines to keep us all safe," end quote. So next Tuesday, the governor rescinds all gathering limits and mask mandates. She also puts an end to the entry to congregate and juvenile facilities rules and mandatory testing for MDHHS hospitals and juvenile justice centers. The safe housing rules for housing unstable persons stop. Special bodily remains handling rules end. And safe housing for Michigan homeless emergency orders end as well. Now, some orders will remain in effect for vulnerable populations in corrections, long-term care, and agriculture. Public health reporting requirements and COVID testing will also remain in effect. Senate Majority Leader Mike Cherky today told Local 4 he remains unconvinced of the governor's claims of using science and data.
The fact of the matter is, the fundamental question, Rod, should always have been, what's the goal? To reach some level of global herd statewide immunity, or to reach some artificial level of number of shots? And I've been arguing for months now that we have reached that herd immunity criteria by any scientific or medical definition. We did that 3 months ago.
And while the state's vaccination rate has only reached the 60% level, the governor continues saying that people who are not vaccinated should go out and get their shots. But again, in one corner of this, the Senate Majority Leader disagrees with the governor. He believes there is no scientific proof or belief that it's good for children to get vaccinated. He said he knows he's going to get criticized for that, but he firmly believes it. Back to you.
Yeah, so Rod, what's the reaction that you're hearing from the governor's announcement?
Well, we're here at Zingerman's Roadhouse in Ann Arbor. We've had a chance to go in and talk to some of the people in the restaurant, talk to the owner. And coming up on Local 4 News at 6, we're going to get their reaction to how this is going and whether we'll see 100% right away.
Okay, we'll look forward to your report at 6. Rod, we appreciate it.
We got time to put in an order while he's there? So good. Let's jump in. Also, the numbers continue to remain low. The state reporting 172 new cases of COVID-19 over the past 24 hours. There are also 20 more deaths to report, including 18 from a vital records review.
And right now, 60.8% of Michigan adults have received at least one vaccine dose. Our other top story tonight, Beaumont Health has signed a letter of intent to merge with Spectrum Health in West Michigan. So
that merger would make it a monster in the industry. Look at the numbers. The combined entity, now it hasn't been named yet, whatever it will be called, will have 64,000 employees, including 7,500 physicians and 15,000 nurses. We bring in Grant Herms live tonight with more. It is still far from a done deal, however, Grant.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that still have to happen before this is finalized, but just even talk of this merger was kept tightly under wraps, and you said it, if this happens, it would create far and away the largest healthcare system in this state.
The merger bringing together both sides of Michigan, Grand Rapids-based Spectrum Health and Southfield-based Beaumont Health Systems, making it the largest health system in the state, running 22 hospitals and more than 300 outpatient clinics. At a virtual press conference today, health system leaders talked up the potential deal.
It's really about the synergies of our organizations coming together. This is for Michigan and by Michigan. We have equal governance and a shared opportunity to work together with our complementary strengths.
This is the third big merger attempt for Beaumont under embattled CEO John Fox, the second in just a year. Beaumont's last merger with Wisconsin-based advocate Aurora Healthcare collapsed after doctors pushed back and Congressman Andy Levin criticized the deal. Should this deal be approved, Fox will leave after the transition is over. Today, Levin saying that was welcome news and that he was cautiously optimistic, but, quote, "I will not accept inferior care from my constituents in the name of consolidation of competition or growth of revenue." There are also big worries about what this will mean for the cost and quality of care. Dr. Richard Hirth teaches hospital policy at the U of M.
I don't see a lot of potential benefits for consumers in the state. It may not be quite as, much of a threat to prices as if they did have that overlapping footprint, but I think there's still a possibility that prices could go up.
Now, we don't really know what this merger would be worth in terms of dollar amounts or market share. The Spectrum CEO, which would be the CEO over whatever this new health entity is, dodged questions today about the money involved. Now, both Spectrum and Beaumont post revenue in the billions of dollars, and Spectrum, Devin, also has Priority Health, which is the third largest insurance company of that kind anywhere in the country under its umbrella.
So next steps then, where do we go from here, Grant?
Well, it does have to get through state and likely federal regulators. I reached out to the Attorney General's office today, and they said any kind of transaction, they have to get a written notice, even if it's for nonprofit hospitals like Spectrum and Beaumont. So that's the next step in this process.
All right, Grant.
A federal judge has halted the issuing of recreational marijuana licenses in Detroit, saying the city's ordinance favoring legacy Detroiters is likely unconstitutional. Let's get to Mara McDonald. She is live with us tonight. And Mara, the city spent months coming up with this plan. Is it back to the drawing board now?
It sure looks like it, Kimberly. I think a federal judge here at the courthouse just told them that what they have on the books right now is not going to fly. Let me show you. After 2 years of debate, Detroit City Council wrote its recreational pot licensing ordinance to give special preference to what it defines as Detroit legacy, meaning you've lived in Detroit for 15 of the last 30 years or 13 of the last 30 and are low income. And those deemed legacy could purchase city-owned land at 25% of the fair market value, and their fees would be cut to 1% of the cost. Hold up, says the federal judge who is hearing the case brought by a woman who is herself a Detroiter who has lived in the city 11 years. Per the court order halting Detroit from now issuing any recreational licenses, the city ordinance governing the process for obtaining a recreational retail license gives an unfair, irrational, and likely unconstitutional advantage to long-term Detroit residents over all other applicants.
We're going to take a look at it and come back and revise it, but what I know for sure is this: the city of Detroit will not issue recreational marijuana licenses if we're not sure Detroiters are going to get their fair share. We're not going to have what we had before, which is 90% of the people holding the medical marijuana license don't live in the city. That's not going to happen again.
Back here live, Detroit has decided to issue 75 recreational licenses. It has already identified 400 applicants as Detroit legacies. We are live at the federal courthouse tonight in downtown Detroit. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Okay, Mara. Well, Juneteenth is now officially a federal holiday.
The president, along with Vice President Kamala Harris, signed the bill into law. The bill passed overwhelmingly by the House Wednesday after a unanimous vote in the Senate. It becomes the first new federal holiday since Martin Luther King Jr. Day in 1983. Juneteenth marks the day word finally reached the last enslaved people in Galveston, Texas, that they were free.
This is a really, really, really important moment in our history. By making Juneteenth a federal holiday, all Americans can feel the power of this day and learn from our history and celebrate progress and grapple with the distance we've come, but the distance we have to travel, Jim.
Federal employees will start taking the holiday off this year, observing it tomorrow since Juneteenth falls on a Saturday this year.
Heating back up outside after we had a couple of days that felt quite a bit cooler.
That's right, and perfect in time for the Juneteenth celebrations as well as Father's Day. And you're also, though, tracking the potential for some severe weather. That's something we would not like to see, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take one with the other, at least this time of year, it seems like. And notice the S's in the wind down here. That's the southerly component. And that's what's starting to boost these temperatures back above average. Mid 80s out there right now, but the one thing that's not here is the humidity. That shows up tomorrow, and when those two get together, we've got 2 rounds of thunderstorms. The first round is in the morning. We get a little bit of a break, and then we see a second round about this time tomorrow, and there is a severe threat, and it is going to be from straight line winds. That'll be the biggest debacle that we'll be watching for tomorrow. Coming up, we'll time this out. We'll also look at a drought update, a new tropical system that is headed towards the U.S., and of course talk about your weekend, which is the good news out of all that, in the next few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben. The Supreme Court has dismissed a challenge to Obamacare.
Justices ruled 7-2 today that the Affordable Care Act remains valid, leaving the entire law intact. This ruling rejects the claim from several Republican-led states that the Obamacare requirement, the so-called mandate to have health insurance or pay a penalty, is unconstitutional. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer reacted today on the Senate floor.
The ACA is here to stay. And now, we're going to try to make it bigger and better. Establish once and for all affordable health care as a basic right of every American citizen.
The Affordable Care Act currently covers about 31 million people with health insurance. It's a major issue in Detroit. The mayor says there are now new tools to fight it.
How the city plans to tackle child poverty. That's as easy as making sure parents get signed up. Sean.
A rough arrest caught on camera in Taylor tonight. We're asking the Taylor police chief why his officers felt the need to tase the man behind the wheel of that car.
But first, a man is shot and killed in the parking lot of a Pittsfield Township restaurant, and we'll have that next.